Hello friends, this is a video on an unofficial forecast for monsoon 2021. So please kindly note that this is an unofficial forecast and whatever views I am going to present in this video are all personal and completely unofficial. So please follow the IMD for all the official weather updates. So of course, monsoon is still a few months away, but we can look at the various factors which are evolving, and we can at least I felt like I can give my personal views, and that's what I am trying to present in this video. So if you are interested, you can subscribe to my channel for regular updates because starting now I'll try to give regular weather updates about the evolving patterns, and also once the monsoon sets in, I will give weather updates about the monsoon systems and the associated rainfall. Okay, so now let me just show you what is my take. So I'm going to present a complete scenario in this slide and then followed by some of the dynamical explanations which helped me come to this conclusion looking at the present scenario. So this time the monsoon 2021 is slightly going to be a tricky one is what I feel, and after two consecutive bumper monsoon seasons, there is a hat trick of bumper season is highly unlikely. So overall performance for 2021 is forecasted by, of course this is all unofficial like I already said. My take is it is going to be slightly below normal, 90 to 96% of the long period average, which roughly translates to 810 to 850 mm of rainfall during those 4 months. And what I have tried to do is I have tried to put some color coding, which where green means normal rainfall for that particular state. Again, normal means according to the definition set by IMD, normal would mean plus or minus 19%. So that is the kind of variability that is there. So even when I say green, it could be x plus or minus 19%. All right. So if it is 100 mm of rainfall, then anywhere from 81 to 119 mm is possible. Okay, so that is what normal means. And then the red is basically deficit, so that means anything beyond minus 19%, anything below that could be tagged into this red category. And what is this brown is something which is in between is what I feel, because I'm not able to completely tell whether these states will get normal or deficit. So it may be anywhere between the two is what I feel. So if you look at Rajasthan and Karnataka, it is going to be anywhere between red and green. So overall you can see that most of the places are going to get normal rainfall. Okay, I don't think there will be excess rainfall in any of the states, but if you look at Gujarat and also the drought prone regions in general, then the chances of recording a deficit rainfall is high. And even though Maharashtra is in green, but if I come to the drought prone regions of Maharashtra, which is Marathwada and Vidarbha, overall Maharashtra will get green. But if you look at the again, if you look at the district wise figures, then drought prone regions may get deficit. That is highly likely. All right. So that is what we should keep in mind, that this monsoon season is going to be a tricky one. So we have to be prepared for it is what I feel. Right. And if you look at the proper progress, since right now the ITCZ movement is looking as per its time. I mean, it is right now where it is supposed to be, close to the equator. So given that a lot of other factors like the differential ground heating is also high, because the summer is going to be slightly warmer than normal, given all those factors, I think the progress of monsoon is also going to be on time. So around 25th of May, it will come to Andaman Nicobar Islands, and then by June 1st, it should come to the mainland and Kerala, and then slowly it will progress in a timely fashion, is what I feel. So Mumbai around June 11th is the predicted onset date, but and it will is the expected onset date, and climatologically expected onset date is June 11th. So anywhere between June 10th and 12th is where it will make the monsoon will hit Mumbai, and it will cover the entire country most likely by July 4th, is what is the expectation. Alright, so some of the key features that I wanted to share from this particular chart is not early, I would say on time onset in Kerala, and again normal on time onset for the rest of the country. So below normal performance is what is expected from my analysis as of now. Of course, please follow official updates. This is all unofficial. I'm giving my personal opinion. If you come to month-wise scoring, then June and July will score well. So the major issue lies with August and September, because that is the make or break. And August and September would likely see some deficit, and that is the reason why we will end up in a slightly deficit zone. Some drought-prone regions could record below normal rains, so we have to keep a watch on these areas. Okay, that is in terms of water level, because right now we are not having any water problem, but next year we don't know, so that's why we have to keep a watch. Alright, now going to the analysis. So if the first analysis is the global ocean temperatures, that tells us the synoptic scale features like Indian Ocean Dipole and El Nino Southern Oscillation. So both of them are showing neutral phase right now, although the Eastern Pacific is cooler. But if you look at the differential, if you take the temperature difference and calculate the ENSO index, then it is coming out to be neutral value. And same with Indian Ocean Dipole. It's also, right now it is slightly positive, but that doesn't mean that the positive Indian Ocean Dipole is present. From the IOD index, the Indian Ocean Dipole is still in neutral state, because there is not much favorable conditions for the IOD to strengthen right now. So La Nina has ended, that is the ENSO status, and that's why I'm saying it is neutral. And even after crossing the spring barrier, where you can see that there are these periodic oscillations, so it is still showing a tendency of neutral value, because anything above minus 0.5 is when you would say it is La Nina, and above plus 0.5 is when it is El Nino. You can say that you can see that clearly it is within these limits, and that's why it is still neutral. You can say that it is neutral, but it is showing a La Nina, going towards the La Nina trend, but that's not what it is, because if you look at the SST anomalies, which is Western Pacific and Eastern Pacific differences, you can see that slowly the cooling is kind of reducing. Okay, and as you go forward into the summer, this is going to increase more, so the tendency of this to go down is going to be less. So it will either remain like this, or it will maybe go closer to zero. Okay, so that is why La Nina has ended. All right, as of now. And most of the models are showing neutral ENSO state for the during the monsoon season, going into the winter time. It's northern hemisphere in winter time. And if you take an ensemble of all these, then also you are saying that it's going to be neutral for the rest of the year. If you take individual models, then of course there is a tendency of La Nina coming back, but again I wouldn't take too much from the individual models. More cumulative result is more interesting, and that clearly shows that a La Nina development is, although there is a tendency of the models showing a weak La Nina towards the end of the year, but I don't think that may happen. We may most likely be in the neutral ENSO state for going to the rest of the year. So El Nino as such is going to be neutral, and possibility of ENSO is going to be neutral. ENSO includes El Nino and La Nina, so there is no favorable La Nina or El Nino development. Okay, for the rest of the year is what the models are suggesting. And possibility of El Nino, which is very detrimental to our Indian summer monsoon, is very very low, because trade, so we can kind of rule out El Nino possibility, not fully rule out, but to a large extent, because the trade winds are still easterlies. So it's a fairly strong, not strong, but fairly streamlined easterly pattern. So the possibility of El Nino development seems unlikely. Okay, but again, this is all probability. So even if there is a 1% chance of El Nino development, it may happen. We never know. Okay, 2018, if you remember, similar thing. Models were showing La Nina, or models were showing a neutral ENSO, but in August, I think El Nino kind of strengthened. So I think we should be watchful, right? So right now, even though ENSO is neutral, but we don't know whether even a weak El Nino may develop. But right now, the indications are very poor. Okay, there are no strong indications of El Nino development. So let us only say that we are going to see a neutral ENSO year going ahead. Now going to IOD. IOD is showing a weak negative trend in the models as you go. So this is from the Bureau of Australian Meteorology, and this is from the IMD website that I took. I think this is from CFS, and both of them are in consensus, where individual members are showing, some are showing positive, some are showing negative. But if you take an ensemble, then you see that there is a tendency of a negative IOD, a weak negative IOD to develop starting in July or August. Okay, so that negative IOD is not good for Indian monsoon, so that could be a damper. And this is the reason why I am saying that August and September, given that there is a neutral ENSO, so no neutral El Nino or La Nina, but negative IOD is not good, so that may be a damper. And that, coupled with the possibility that things may change with regards to ENSO, where you may kind of get into a weak El Nino or a weak La Nina. Okay, we don't know, there is a lot of uncertainty. So that's why just going by IOD, if a negative IOD develops, then August and September may become make or break, and they may fare below normal if the IOD becomes negative. Okay, so again, we need to keep a watch. All right, so now let's assume that both, IOD becoming weakly negative is only possible in August. Okay, and so its effects will, so that if it happens, the effects will only be felt from August or September. But for the rest of the June and July, it is going to be neutral. So if both ENSO and IOD are neutral states, then what would be the key player this year? If both are neutral, then the key player is the local condition, which is mainly the differential heating. How much amount of differential heating is present between ocean and land, because that is what is going to drive the jets, the Somali jet, and that's what is going to drive the cross-equatorial circulation. All right, so that is going to be a key. And we already know that if you look at the temperature anomalies, then the land is heating up much more, especially in the northern part of India. There is going to be higher probability of above normal temperatures. So the circulation is going to be enhanced, and that is going to be an important factor. Okay, so that may help us a lot, even though the neutral states are both ENSO, the larger scale synoptic conditions, IOD and ENSO, are not very favorable, but the local condition of this enhanced monsoon current may help us in giving some good rains in June and July. And that, coupled with the fact that ocean is so this shows probabilities. So the probability of Indian Ocean warming is very high. So there is expected that above normal temperatures are present in most of the North Indian Ocean. So that is going to give the enhanced moisture. Okay, so the strong current plus strong moisture will probably mean that June and July will definitely do well, and we may also see like above normal rainfall to start with in June and July. So don't be surprised that if we get started with above normal and then slowly taper off, where August and September we don't get much rain, We should also be prepared because we feel like there are going to be good trains which are in June and July itself. We have completed, say, let's say 70% of the quota. Then and then even with that, we may end up in slight deficit. It's possible. So with this basically translate that MISO is going to be the key player in this monsoon, which is the movement of the monsoon intra-seasonal oscillation. Okay, how the monsoon currents move because of these local factors that I just discussed. That is going to be the make or break, is what I feel. ENSO and IOD are not going to be a very important players this season, is what I feel. All right. So there is all right. So that's what I wanted to say. Let me wrap up. Let's hope that the monsoon remains close to normal and does not end up much in deficit. Anywhere around 96% is not bad, is what I feel. We shouldn't get closer to 90 or 91%. That is going to be bad. So August and September are going to be key months to watch out for, especially for good reservoirs levels, because the later performance is what matters for reservoirs. Because we need to push through all the way from September till next year. Okay, so we need good flow in August and September. So these months are crucial. Even if June and July perform well, still for reservoir levels to come to the acceptable mark, where we don't need any water cuts, August and September rains are important. So if these months fail, then we may have water issues. Irrespective of that, drought-prone regions, we need to be careful because since the large-scale synoptic features are not very favorable, so local conditions are highly erratic. So the drought-prone regions may end up in deficit. So we have to be little careful there. All right. And once again, since this is not a El Nino, La Nina, or a IOD, positive IOD kind of an year, so the variability in district-wise variability is going to be very high. So generally during La Nina years and positive IOD years, the district variability is kind of low. But during these neutral years, the district variability is going to be high because the local factors are governing, which change a lot, which have a lot of spatial variability. So that's why I want to say that even though Maharashtra, I'm just taking this as an example, even though Maharashtra is shown in green, but district wise there could be a lot of variability where one region gets a lot of rain whereas other region gets deficit. So those kind of things we have to be very careful with. Okay, so all right, I don't know if this was helpful or not, but this is a general view that I wanted to give, looking at a lot of features. It took some time actually. Yeah, I mean, so this may be right or wrong, I don't, that's why I said it is all unofficial. So please follow MD for all the official updates. But I just I looked at a lot of charts before coming to this conclusion. I have not presented everything here, but overall thing is what I wanted to present in simple layman terms.